Hey folks, this is Josh Brooks from joshbuysland.com, where you can get your free, no obligation cash offer for your unwanted vacant land. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most common questions that I get from potential sellers as they go through the process of figuring out how to sell their vacant land. That question is twofold, really. It's number one, how do we know that you're a real person, Josh? And number two, are you legitimate or are you a scam artist? What's going on there? So step one is I have to establish trust with our potential sellers as they become aware of our services and they contact us. They say things like, hey Josh, we're interested in how to sell vacant land. We want to sell our vacant land by owner. We're interested in selling without a realtor, and I want to sell my land online. How do we do that, and why should we deal with you, and who are you? So part one of that question, or part one of that answer, is go to joshbuysland.com, and there on the About page, you can learn about me. My professional biography is there. There's also a link to my LinkedIn profile that has an extended version of my professional work history to include all the assignments I had in the Army, all my education, all my awards, and the other things that I've done in terms of our nonprofit work and some other things. So you can look at that. You can go to the Josh Buys Land Facebook page, and from there you can find my personal profile on Facebook, and you can see I've been posting actively to Facebook for probably 10 years now. So you can get a sense of who I am and what I think is interesting with regard to posting on Facebook. If that is not enough, then I would encourage you to pick up the old phone and give me a call. My number is 850-860-7526. I'll say it again, 850-860-7526 rings my personal cell phone, and you'll be talking to me. So that is about the best that I can do proving that I'm a real person over the internet or through the telephone. Now, a lot of times when we start working with people, I'll send them a copy of my driver's license or a copy of my retired military ID card, or both, so that they can see, hey, I've actually got photo identification of Josh and he is who he says he is. The second part of my answer to that line of inquiry is that we do want you to understand that this is not a scam. We're not scam artists. We are legitimate business people, but we don't need you to trust us. And the answer, well, why don't you need to trust them? The answer is because we use licensed professionals to conduct our business. So for example, if we're buying a piece of land from you, we're either going to do it through a notary who will bring you a cashier's check, certified funds, and have the paperwork ready to go. Normally we meet at the bank, so we bank with Wells Fargo. The notary normally meets our seller at the Wells Fargo, and guess what they do? They show the cashier's check to the branch manager of the Wells Fargo and say, can you verify this is a valid check? And the branch manager looks at our funds, which they're always good, and says, yep, it's a good check. You're clear to conduct your business safely. Or in larger deals, we use a title company, which for those of you that don't know, a title company is a business that acts as an intermediary, a third party, independent third party to real estate transactions. They hold the seller's paperwork until the buyer's money is right, and they hold the buyer's money till the seller's paperwork is right. And when everything's right, then they give the seller the money, and they give the buyer the paperwork, and ta-da, everything's good. So the way that we do business, there's always a third party in between us and our seller to protect everybody, to make sure the paperwork's right, to make sure the money's right, and then they conduct the transaction for us. Now, that being said, we still want to be known as trustworthy people. What can we do to make you feel more comfortable? I ask that question a lot. So we want to pay in certified funds. We want to meet you. If the commuting distance isn't ridiculous, we'll get in the truck and drive out and meet folks and shake hands. Love doing that. Love getting out and seeing the country and meeting people. Whatever we can do to prove that we are legitimate business people and this is not a scam and that Josh really does buy land is what we're prepared to do. So again, visit Josh Buys Land. You can learn all about me. With regard to trusting us, you should trust us because we are legitimate, honest business people, but you don't have to because we use title companies and notaries, those licensed professionals that play intermediary between buyer and seller, making sure the money's right and the paperwork's right before it changes hands. And that's how I answer that question when folks ask it. Hey, what should we do? How do we trust you? How do we know this is legitimate? Those are my answers. Hopefully they're good enough for you. If you do have unwanted vacant land, I encourage you to log on to joshbuysland.com, submit your information, and we will be back in touch with your free, no obligation cash offer. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to doing business with you at joshbuysland.com.